In the last 30 minutes, Gervonta Tank Davis just bonded out of jail. Behind me, he was arrested.
My heart's broken. I mean, I'm just so stunned. I'm so stunned. Please, stop the nonsense. It ain't good to make all that money if you ain't got any of it to keep for yourself, bro.
Well, in regard to Gervonta Davis. But I definitely started seeing him do things that were a tad different than that of whom I met back in, I believe, maybe 2017?
Stephen A. Smith recently spoke about the increasing discussion surrounding Gervonta Davis after reports and online claims suggested the boxing star could be dealing with financial problems. Smith pointed out that a boxer's career does not last forever and that the opportunity to earn big money is limited. He reminded Tank that the income he earns now should be handled wisely and invested properly, so he can remain financially secure when the time comes that he is no longer competing at the highest level that turned him into a superstar.
Money. Because as great as you are, I got news for you. You ain't gonna be able to perform like that forever. We all get old. Father Time is undefeated. Make sure your wallets are fat when that day comes for you. All right?
Claims that Davis is facing financial trouble started gaining attention after celebrity stylist Chris Blake Griffith publicly accused the boxing star of owing him money. Blake stated that Davis is currently $80,000 in debt to him and has allegedly refused to repay it. Those accusations quickly spread across social media and became a major topic throughout the boxing community.
When we go through the process of working through my deal and just getting everything situated, his business manager is Al Heyman.
Oh.
There's a man by the name of Ravon 6'4" Little John that is an extension of Al Heyman and is with Gervonta Davis on a day-to-day basis, at least at that point in time. And 6'4" just kept telling me, and this is like October, November, December, January. So like 4 months of me working back and forth with him, and developing this line that he wanted to bring to the world, just like leveraging all aspects of his business, put some merch out there. And he wanted me to head it up. And throughout the negotiations, he wasn't paying me, but he knew my expenses. So if I'm giving you my time, I'm giving you my energy, and my bills are stacking up, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4 months, the time comes for me to be able to sign my deal. I told myself I wasn't even, and I flew from LA to Miami to work this deal out with the guy.
Griffith said that he had an understanding to create clothing and assist with building a fashion brand connected to Davis. However, he claims that Davis's team never completed the agreement with an official contract. Griffith also stated that he never received payment for his work, even though Davis allegedly made use of his ideas, designs, and concepts for the clothing line.
He tells me to fly, 6'4", tells me to fly back to California and get prepared to get ready to work. It's like a Tuesday or something like that. And he says that the contract will be in my email by the end of the week. Thursday, Friday comes and no contract. Gervonta at this point in time had taken a turn from that of whom I knew him to be. Started doing things that didn't really align with that of where we began, and I couldn't align with that.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a fact.
How much does he owe you?
Well, at that point in time, my bills probably were about $20,000 a month. And throughout the negotiation period, when he was just about to get that Amazon deal, he looked around and said, I'm buttoning up all aspects of my business. It's a lot of money coming to the forefront. I think the deal was like maybe like 7 fights or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was an Amazon deal. And he had put the videographers that travel with us every single day, 2 of those guys on payroll. He got everything situated with his brother, because throughout the almost a decade that we ran together, just building everything up to this Amazon deal, we had no like real structure. We were kind of like figuring this thing out on our own. It was us. Matter of fact, when I set Gervonta's interview with you, that was through my DM. If you
really?
Yeah, that's through my.
Wow.
If you go to the Vlad TV Instagram account, you will see messaging between that of your Instagram, Vlad TV, and Chris.
During a recent interview, Stephen A. Smith asked Davis directly about the ongoing claims and discussions regarding his finances. Instead of avoiding the topic, Davis admitted that he is working on becoming a better person outside of boxing. He also shared that retirement could happen sooner than many people think, saying that the pressures of being a professional fighter have taken a mental and emotional toll on him. Davis explained that he wants to leave the sport while he is still healthy and spend more time focusing on himself, his family, and his future away from the ring.
You feel about you, where you are at right now in your career, pound for pound?
I mean, I can't really say. I just gotta, you know, I'm the type of guy that, you know, I really don't really like pay attention to that because I'm still in the mix. So I just gotta keep my head grounded, you know, stay grounded and just. My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, like every night, you know. So, I can't really say right now because I'm still in the mix. I said, but hopefully when it's all said and done, I'll be one of them top great fighters.
How soon is it gonna be before you're done? Because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to, you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
It's close for sure. It just, I don't know. It's a little draining. I just want to step back for a little bit and just focus on me.
Conor Ben also shared his thoughts on the situation involving Gervonta Davis and suggested that the matter is about more than just financial rumors. Responding to the allegations, Ben hinted that the real issue may be a wider problem with discipline rather than simply a dispute over money. He emphasized that top-level fighters need to stay disciplined not only inside the gym, but also when handling their personal responsibilities and business matters.
Tank Davis, somebody you've had some interaction with on social, what do you make of maybe the lack of discipline or arrest?
Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Is that what you want to point it down to?
Yeah.
It's more than lack of discipline. Yeah. It's vile. So, I mean, I don't condone that at all in the slightest, so it's not going to have to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, yeah, ain't right.
The situation surrounding Gervonta Davis seems to extend far beyond the latest financial claims. Over the past year, Davis has been involved in several legal matters which have increased concerns about his actions outside the sport. In July 2025, the WBA lightweight champion was taken into custody on misdemeanor charges connected to an alleged incident involving his former partner.
An hour ago.
Now, he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against him. Trish?
Yeah, guys, good evening. Well, in the last 30 minutes, Gervonta Tank Davis just bonded out of jail. Behind me, he was arrested this morning on the charge of battery of domestic violence. Take a look at that brand new video here. You can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his T-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV waiting for him on the side. Now, Davis was arrested this morning, like we just mentioned, on a charge of battery of domestic violence after he allegedly hit his ex-girlfriend outside of her home on Father's Day.
In July 2025, 3 months before this alleged incident, the boxer was arrested on a battery charge, accused of assaulting the mother of his children on Father's Day. This is video of him not speaking to cameras when he was released from TGK. The charges were dropped. In 2023, he was charged with battery, accused of slapping a woman. Florida prosecutors dropped that charge after the victim said she did not wish to proceed. In 2020, he turned himself in after this video that appears to show him grabbing the mother of his child out of her seat at a charity boxing game.
I want to say I'm a boxer, puncher. I'm definitely explosive.
The United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force is looking.
Several months later, in January 2026, he was arrested once again in Florida facing charges that included attempted abduction, false imprisonment, and battery in connection with a different case. Although Davis, through his attorneys, has denied any wrongdoing and the legal matters have not yet been decided, the repeated arrests have led many people to believe that his toughest challenges are now happening outside the boxing ring.
It is only 2.5 weeks from going on. November 14th is the date. We are supposed to think that Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis are going to be fighting on Netflix, but not so fast, my friend. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event.
The claims include accusations of battery and intentionally causing emotional distress, though neither allegation has led to criminal charges at this time. Even so, considering Davis's previous legal troubles, the situation continues to create serious concerns and unwanted attention around him.
Boxing champion Gervonta Tank Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Russell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses. She claims Davis physically attacked her a number of times during their relationship. Russell claims the most recent incident was Monday at a Miami nightclub. Davis is scheduled to fight Jake Paul in Miami on November 4th.
2 years earlier, he was also taken into custody over similar allegations involving misconduct toward a woman. That case received significant media attention and brought renewed discussion about his past behavior. The fact that these incidents continue to happen has led many people to question whether Davis has truly learned from his previous mistakes, or if the same issues are continuing without any real change.
Learning more about his crimes, Roy.
Sanella and Louie, and we just obtained the 911 calls made by this alleged victim, and in it you can hear her screaming to that dispatcher to send help because she is in fear for her life.
Hey, Devontae, what do you have to say about the charges against you?
No words from 28-year-old star boxer Gervonta Davis as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail Wednesday, a day after he was arrested for allegedly hitting a woman at his Parkland home.
Did you punch that woman in the face?
Davis facing a Broward County judge hours earlier for the domestic battery charge.
Court finds probable.
Clarissa Shields, who knows firsthand what it takes to compete at the highest level, shared a more understanding view of Gervonta Davis's situation. While recognizing his incredible ability inside the ring, she said that some of his recent interviews make it seem like he could be facing deeper personal and emotional challenges.
Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff, when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought four main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, you know, he's not signed with TMT.
Mayweather, yeah.
Promotions,
No, he's on his own.
Shields emphasized that seeking professional support or going to therapy should never be viewed as weakness, but as a brave decision that can lead to healing and personal growth. She explained that mental and emotional well-being is just as important as physical conditioning for athletes who live under constant pressure and public scrutiny.
Him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. You know, so I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank, because to me, he just needs to take some serious time to, like, you know, deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that. So it can be very...
Bernard Hopkins responded to Davis's recent situation with concern instead of criticism, saying that he hopes the young champion can turn things around. The boxing legend recognized Davis's remarkable talent and believes he still has the ability to accomplish even more if he can resolve the issues in his life outside the ring. Hopkins said that many talented fighters have watched their careers suffer because of poor choices away from the sport, and he does not want Davis to experience the same outcome. Instead, he encouraged the lightweight champion to learn from his past mistakes, stay around positive people, and concentrate on rebuilding both his personal life and boxing career before time runs out.
I'm sure you saw the news about Gervonta Davis being arrested once again. Just give me your thoughts, you know.
Unfortunately, man, I hope he come out, you know what I mean, everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic violence thing, man, but I hope that, you know, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first, and then career second. But I just wish both his ex-girl, his kid's mother, you know what I mean, can get things together and look forward and be positive going forward.
Now, you think his head, is there right now with boxing? Do you think he just needs another mentor? What does he need? Because he's a great talent.
I don't know, and I don't know him that well. I know he lives in Maryland or Baltimore, and I live in, Philadelphia. And we both on the East Coast, tri-state, but I'm not familiar with him, to be able to call him up or talk to him or anything like that.
Former light heavyweight champion Antonio Tarver has also shared his concerns about Gervonta Davis's increasing legal problems, warning that talent by itself is not enough to create a lasting legacy. Speaking as one of boxing's respected veterans, Tarver said that success in the ring must be matched with discipline and responsibility outside of it. He pointed out that Davis has world-class ability and remains one of the biggest names in boxing, but ongoing legal issues risk taking attention away from everything he has achieved in the sport. Tarver added that every poor choice made outside the ring puts Davis's career reputation and future earnings in danger.
It's a kind of, I wouldn't say it's a big shock to a lot of us, but, there's this mindset, the fight with Lamont's not signed yet. Apparently he's going to fight Jake Paul. Like, it's put it in and out of boxing right now.
Hey, man, I don't know, but, get these guys the bag so they can get the hell on if they not committed and dedicated to the sport. All they want is a bag. Give them a bag so they can go, bro. I mean, let these fighters that really want this, let's parade them. Let's get behind them. Let's support them. Let's build them. I'm not saying I don't know what happened. But I just hope and pray that young man get it together. He's at the top of his career, prime of his career. I would want him to be remembered more by the things that he's doing in the ring rather than out. But, sometimes you got to win in life, too, before you can get in that ring.
Davis to take an honest look at his life outside the ring and make important changes before it becomes too late. He explained that being one of the most gifted fighters in boxing means very little if personal problems continue to grow. Tarver encouraged Davis to become more mature, surround himself with good influences, and make better choices that will protect his future and his career. He believes that true greatness is defined not only by championships and wins, but also by character, discipline, and accountability. Tarver emphasized that long-term success comes from developing as a person just as much as it does as an athlete.
Life is harder than any opponent that we could face, and I just hope he get it together, bro. I feel like a lot of these young men don't have no mentors, bro. It ain't no more handlers in the game, bro. It ain't nobody taking care of the camp. These guys out here on their own frequency, bro. And I just think there's no more leaders in the game, bro. They're not going to where that real energy is that can really humble these guys a little bit. We only got a short period of time to be professional boxers. This is over quick, bro. And you don't ever want to live with no regrets. That'll hunt you, bro. That'll hunt you when you know you had the ability to be the...
Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi believe that Gervonta Tank Davis's situation is different from that of many boxing legends who dealt with legal issues. They explained that fighters such as Mike Tyson and Carlos Monzon had already created historic careers before legal problems began to shape how the public viewed them. Davis, on the other hand, is still in the middle of his journey, and the ongoing arrests and allegations are slowing his progress before he has had the chance to firmly establish himself among the greatest fighters of all time.
You nailed it right on the head because, like you said, most fighters have their troubles after their career. When they just have too much time on their hands, a lot of money.
No one protecting them.
Also, but also the depression that follows a fight career. I don't care who you are. A part of your life closes. You're no longer that guy, and I don't just mean the guy that's up here. It's just that mentality that day-to-day goes away. And a lot of times it's very easy to get into trouble, especially if you come from disenfranchised backgrounds and you have those kind of people around you throughout your career. But in terms of where Tank is going to fall based on his legacy, it seemed like just as he was getting warmed up, 29, 30 years old, when you thought they were going to let him out and just let him fight all the real guys, that's when this all happened. And if you look at even the way this happened this last time with how the fight fell through with Jake Paul, which in my eyes, 2025, the biggest bag dropped ever was...
Every time he seems ready to move toward bigger fights and add to his legacy, another controversy appears. Because of that, many fans and members of the media are spending more time talking about his legal troubles than his accomplishments in the ring, which could eventually overshadow his talent and affect how his career is remembered.